I'm Chris from Rustic Rabbit, and welcome back to our channel. Now, if you're new to our channel, we provide the guidance it takes for an average family like you and me to raise your own meat and grow your own food right there in your backyard. Then we bring you into the kitchen and we show you how to make it into something truly fantastic. And I'm not talking we're cooking dinner for the family on a Tuesday night to fill bellies. I'm talking you're cooking for your spouse, for your anniversary, and you want that wow type of reaction, right? That's what we're going for. So today we're going to be cooking a spicy potato curry with a braised rabbit. If you're vegetarian or vegan even, you can eliminate that protein and it's still going to be a great recipe for you. Now, if you're new to cooking Indian cuisine, there's a few staple ingredients or spices that you're going to have that you might struggle to find at a regular grocery store. Maybe not, but I've had that experience. So Garam Masala is one in particular that I just can't find anywhere already done. But luckily, it's a pretty easy spice to make yourself with about 6 or 7 common spices that you'll find at the grocery store. So I put that in the description below to show you how to make that. I usually have a jar of it in my pantry of pre-made Garam Masala, and that's what I'll be using today. Okay guys, so the protein is gonna be the long pole in the tent here, so we wanna start with that. Now, rabbit is a very lean meat, so it dries out very easily. So the best way to slow cook it right off the bone here is to braise it. And so if you don't have a cast iron Dutch oven and you plan to be cooking some rabbit in your future, I highly recommend that. I like to start off with frying, kind of flash cooking the rabbit on both sides for a few minutes in butter. And then I'll put it in the Dutch oven. I'll fill it up with stock, just enough to kind of cover that meat. Then you put the lid on, put it in the oven for a couple hours, right around 450 or so, and that'll cook beautifully. So for the potatoes, start off with peeling. I did about 2 big potatoes, fairly big potatoes, and then dicing them, and then boiling them in just water is fine. Now, be careful, 10 minutes is more than enough here to cook these, depending on how small you dice them. But if you overcook those diced potatoes, then when you put them in your pan to stir everything around, it's just going to turn to mush because it's going to be overdone. So if anything, you want to undercook, and they'll cook further once they get in that coconut milk, okay? So once you start here on the pan, you want obviously, we'll put a little bit of olive oil or so, whatever, vegetable oil, whatever you decide to use. I just typically like to cook with olive oil. Start off with your onions, your garlic, and your ginger. And you want to wait until that onion kind of sweats. Get all the moisture out of that onion. And once that's happened, then start chunking your spices in there. And make sure you stir around constantly as you're doing that, because what that's going to do, it's going to clump up pretty quick, and it's going to dry out on your pan, and it'll cook to the bottom of the pan, and that could just become a mess pretty quickly. So once you get that going, obviously, throw in your tomatoes, your beans, your peas, anything else you got going in there, and that coconut milk is going to be the last thing you throw in there, and you kind of scrape the bottom of that pan to get everything off and get all those flavors kind of mixed together, and just let it simmer for a little bit. I'd say, 10, 20 minutes is more than enough, and then, you're ready to go. Okay, guys, we just need to bring it all together now. So our rabbit has been braised. It's good to go. Our curry's been simmering for a while. It should be good to go. And on the side here, you've been steaming some jasmine rice to serve as like your starch to serve it over. So let's just all put it together, right? Now, for great presentation, it comes down to 3 things. It can look amazing and taste awful, and you're not going to get that wow factor, right? And it could taste amazing and look like it came out of a can, and you're not going to impress anybody, right? So you need to have, it needs to look pretty, it needs to taste pretty, and you need to have quality ingredients because you're going to be able to taste that. So these videos, this channel, it's all about quality ingredients, showing you how to grow your own vegetables, raise your own meats, and do it in a natural way. So that quality is going to be there and you're going to taste it. So that I got you covered, right? The great taste, again, this video, step by step, I'm showing you how to really make these flavors sing, and it's going to taste amazing. So it just kind of comes down to presentation. It's got to look great. So the curry is a yellow, and you're going to put it over a white jasmine rice. So it's going to really kind of fade into each other. So served on a white plate, it's going to disappear. There's not going to be any pop. So my recommendation is, pick a darker colored platter. We're using a dark blue here, and you can see how the contrast of the food on the plate really makes it pop. And just to add that last little exclamation point, put like a green garnish, like an Italian parsley or something like that to top it off. That's really going to give that last, wow, this looks amazing kind of feel. Serve this up with, I like the sweeter wines, like a cool, not quite a Riesling, I think that's too sweet, but if you get like a Gewürztraminer or something like that, if it's a chilled white, it'll go good with this because there's some spice to this meal. So that's what I recommend. I hope it went well for you guys. If you have any questions, certainly let me know, and I'll respond in the comments here. And last but not least, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you've already done that, then pass it on to someone else who wants to be a culinary hero. Or someone who has an interest in tutorials on how to raise their own meat and grow their own vegetables in their backyard. Either way, we love having you guys. We appreciate the support. Comment if you have any questions or need some clarifications. And God bless.